Hello, Jacob Felder here again with a few thoughts on meditation. Uh, we're working on the basics of meditation. In the last video, I hope you saw it, we talked about basically how meditation works, and the very simple biology behind it, and the three factors that must be present in any meditation, which I will quick reminder is a mental focus to keep the mind from wandering or to bring the mind back to when it does wander, relaxing the body, and thirdly is awareness based. And again, awareness is knowing where we are along the stream of consciousness so that we can better use the tools of focus and relaxation. And I also said toward the end of that video that uh, in this video, we'll be talking about how to choose a focus that works for you. Okay, because not all focuses, fit all. There's not across the board. Different different people need different techniques, but always to the same ends, which is meditation. Lowering the electrical output of the brain, therefore lowering the busyness of mind, or the busyness of mind, just calming the mind down a little bit, getting more into the present, a little bit more clarity of mind. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to talk about how to choose a focus that works for you. All right. Let's see here. So I'm going to start off. You're going to recognize this right away. Okay, this is this is my PowerPoint program here. You'll notice right away that these are the five senses: see, hear, feel, taste, and smell. All right. Now, uh, as choices for meditation, and I'm going to give a few examples here. Okay. Starting with seeing visuals. Some people are very visually oriented. They can just stare at the stars for hours on end. They, as soon as they see some artwork, they just get absorbed in it. They can't pass up a sunset. You gotta, just the sunset's so beautiful. Let's just pull over somewhere, watch the sunset. Just some people are very, very visually oriented. And if you find that you're one of those, then you're going to want to work with the visual world as a focus. All right. Next is hearing. Some people are very audioly inclined. Music does it for them. Music takes them to another place. They can just close their eyes and listen to the birds chirp outside, for a long period of time. It maybe they like to have white noise to help them go to sleep at night, and they'll actually, instead of the white noise blocking other noises out, they'll actually really tune into the white noise and find that very, very comforting, very soothing. Okay, so that person might be very audioly oriented, and it's going to get a little redundant, but you're getting the idea. Let's see. So let's see here. Feel. Okay. Some people love long hot showers. yeah, because it really really relaxes them. They love wearing certain fabrics or sleeping underneath certain sheets. Maybe fuzzy blankets. Some people love sleeping with the big fuzzy blankets that are so popular these days. Just kind of hold them up next to your face and over you, and it just feels really good. Oh man, matter of fact, I used to take my daughter uh, to sewing fabric stores. We used to go to fabric stores, and we would look at all the really cool patterns, but we would also feel the fabrics. You know, we were just enjoying that tactile feeling. Let's see, and so feeling holds your attention. And then let's see. So we got as a sense of as it taste. Yeah, we'll do taste next. You know, chocolate, chocolate. You know, just the world stands still. You know, you have a big bite of chocolate, and it's just you can close your eyes and savor it. Fresh fruit. Good fresh peach or pineapple, watermelon, or just, again, the world stands still and there's nothing there but that savory flavor, on the tongue and the mouth. It's really, so taste is one of them that might really pull your attention into the very moment. Okay. And then olfactory, the sense of smell. I, I love incense, A lot of people burn incense because it just makes them feel calm. They use lavender because that helps with a calming effect. And they, can't pass up a rose when they're walking. They have to, stop walking and stop and smell the roses. And so there you have, see, hear, feel, taste, smell as possibilities for holding your attention. Now, get introduced to the other other three possibilities of for focuses. All right, there's thought, and there's speech, and there's the breath. I'll go ahead and mention the breath first. Um, the breath is very worldwide. Worldwide, the breath is the most common focus because it's always there. Some people will be very logically oriented, and they'll want to take uh, so many seconds of exhalation, so many seconds of inhalation, holding the breath for so many seconds, and they really they get into this measured type breathing. And other people just let the breath find its own course. Okay, so even with the measured breathing, as you get more relaxed and into a state of meditation, that measured breathing will just kind of fall by the wayside and you find its own natural course. So the breath is super common to hold your attention and use as a focus. The other two I mentioned were thought and speech, thought and language, very, very, very intertwined focuses, because we think we think in language. We think in language. We also think in pictures, and I'm going to say something about that in a minute about visualization. But we usually think in language, and the reason I have language and speech in this list of possible focuses is, say you have a mantra. Let's see, Om Namah Shivaya is a popular one. Om Namah Shivaya, and you just repeat it over and over, and or there might be some line in a song or verse in some scripture that has a lot of meaning to you, and uh, you will run it through the mind itself. You may even say it out loud a few times, and so you can do it audially or orally. That's kind of hard to say sometimes, but you might just speak the verse, the sentence, the mantra, or whatever. You may say it out loud, or you may say it over and over in your head, and that's a combination of language and thought right there. Okay. So, maybe the language part uh, helps hold your attention. Again, you get the idea. Something that may be meaningful to you, and you repeat over and over. It can also be very unmeaningful and somewhat redundant. Some people will count to 10 over and over and over. It's just repetitive and it's redundant. And that's what any focus pretty much has to be, repetitive and redundant. Now, tying this all together, um, uh, we got see, hear, feel, taste, smell, uh, thought, speech, breath. All right. Before I address that a little further, I'm going to say this. It's very important. Once you kind of start honing in on what really helps you hold your attention, whether it's speech and thought, the breath, see here, whatever, you know, as you hone in on that, don't be afraid to, and I encourage you to use your imagination, because that's really what's going to help you find what helps hold your attention. Also, be creative. Be creative. That's part of use your imagination. Just be creative with it. Okay. Um, be experimental. Don't be afraid to try something new. And the last one, I like this one a lot. Be playful. Okay. Don't take yourself and don't take your meditation practice so serious. I mean, it's a good thing, and it's going to take practice, practice, practice. But you can be playful. You can be playful. You could, that thought and speech thing. It could be a nursery rhyme from your childhood, and you might discover that it holds your attention, and you enjoy saying some nursery rhyme over and over. And you might think, oh, but that's so silly. That's like, but it's not. If it works, it works. Okay. So be playful, use your imagination, be creative, be experimental, and be playful as you work your way toward finding a focus that works for you. Now, that first part, imagination. All right. Remember the see, hear, feel, taste, smell. All right. Well, we can't always get, let's say, visual. We're very visually oriented. We can't always get to the sunset. We can't always light a candle in the office and watch the candle flame, you know. But what we can do is close our eyes if we want to, and use your imagination. Yeah, use your imagination. You can visualize the sunset. You can visualize the sunset and keep immersing yourself into that sunset. If you're orderly uh, oriented, well, yeah, I'm going to go to the beach with this. Let's say you visualize the ocean waves rolling in and the tide rolling back out, and you just visualize that over and over. Let's say you're orderly oriented, so you can think of some music that you really like and have that tune over and over in your head, or maybe you can recreate the crashing of the waves in your inner ear, you know, in your third ear. All right, feel. Okay. Well, it's easy enough to say, like, if you're in the fabric, you can just anything. It could be, feeling whether you're outside in the warm sun or inside in some, nice cool air condition, or Or you can use your imagination. So you could use those as a focus, or you could use your imagination and recreate the feel of the ocean breeze with that salt air and rehearse that over and over. Okay. Taste. Now, if it doesn't make you hungry and interrupt your meditation, you can rehearse the taste of one of your favorite foods. I love figs. I love fresh figs, and sometimes I can just think, and fresh figs are not always in season. So if I'm thinking about the taste of figs, it doesn't do me any good to get hungry anyway because they're just not always in season, right? But but I can think, you can think about a flavor that you really like, or sometimes that salt air at the beach, you can almost taste it, and you can recreate that. This is all used in your imagination. The sense of smell, you can smell that salt air at the beach, you know. Again, maybe you're at the office and you can't light some incense, but you can practically recreate some sense, some sense of that, whatever fragrance that you really enjoy, you know. And the neat thing about imagination, um, so you also see that you can combine, you could get you can combine your focuses. I call it layering your focus. You can visualize the waves crashing. You can uh, hear the waves crashing in your third ear. You can feel the sunshine. You use your imagination for that. You can do all these all at once. Now that might seem busy. That might seem like mighty busy thing to do more than one, but it's all simple. You know, it's not getting the busy mind running amok with the house, the mouse, the spouse, the bills, the pills, the thrills. It's something enjoyable that you can do over and over. Um, and also with the use of the imagination, you can see those waves crashing, and you can see something that you can't really see at the beach. You could superimpose yourself as hovering over those waves, hovering in the sky with the seagulls over the waves. So you can be, again, um, creative, experimental, and playful, right? So you can get that. Maybe you can. If you're not visualizing the ocean waves, I just keep using ocean waves because it's an easy example. Uh, maybe you're not big visually uh, focused, but you do love the way the waves sound, and that's in your inner ear, in your third ear. You're rehearsing that, and at the same time, maybe visualizing yourself dancing to the sound of ocean waves. And dancing in the sky. You can just use your imagination. It's almost like daydreaming. Just let it hold your attention. Okay, now I think you. I think that's clear enough. I did talk about, okay, the breath. That was a pretty quick and easy one, but it's very common, very useful. And the thought and the speech. You see how well intertwined that is. Let me check. I think that's about everything I really wanted to say about finding your focus. Just decide what what kind of entity you are, what you're attracted to. Seeing, hearing, feeling, taste, smells, thought, language, speech, the breath, and be exploratory, be experimental with it, be gentle with yourself. If you think of something, again, like the ocean waves, and you think, well, ocean waves sound good, I think I'll give that a try, but you close your eyes and you start thinking about those ocean waves, and you just can't do it. It doesn't work for you. say, well, I do remember. I remember uh, a, a mandala, that I used to love staring at, and you can visualize that, or altogether visualizing just doesn't work for you, and go to hearing. I feel like I'm probably over repeating myself, but I want to be sure it's all good and clear for you, because meditation is just such a wonderful skill. Once it once practice, and it begins to work for you, then it just becomes a kind of an effortless. Oh, this is something I do want to. Speaking of effortless, so practice, and once you get the hang of it, it'll just be kind of an automatic, kind of an effortless thing. You'll wonder why you didn't always do it, but always keep in mind. Remember what I said about don't be hard on yourself, be gentle. You know, um, not all distractions are equal. Even highly experienced advanced meditators can have a bad day. Something can like, okay, death, divorce, totaled car, these kind of things. They're not all distractions are equal. So, if you got something big, that keeps interrupting that meditation, don't give up. Don't give up, because, that's just part of life, that's part of meditation. And if you have something like that going on as a challenge, you just keep with your focus, keep relaxing, keep exercising awareness, and the cumulative effect will pay off. So if you're having a hard day, if you're getting pretty good at meditation and something kind of wonky comes along and interrupts your meditation, you have struggle with it a little bit, don't give up. And it's okay. If you need to walk away, that's okay. But keep in mind that if you're sitting there relaxing and focusing, that even if it's just little moments of mind is clear, then the mind, all of a sudden, the mind is just filled with thoughts. The mind is clear, the mind is filled with thoughts. That little bit of clear that happens here and there will have a cumulative effect. Okay, and that I add on to the end of this presentation, just as a little encouragement, and thank you for joining me today. I hope this helps. Namaste.